When you took over as CEO, there was a big contract that came up. Microsoft's Bing was looking for a new purchase of servers, and you were going up against Dell. You lost that bid. So what did you do?
So I wanted to find out why. So I actually called Steve Ballmer, and I said, put me in touch with the person at Microsoft who made this decision, and I want the chapter and verse on what we could have done better. And so I spent about 45 minutes on the phone with the decision maker to understand why we had lost. And then got our teams together and literally went through and said, okay, what are we going to do? How do we reorganize ourselves? How do we change the supply chain? How do we participate in a way that we will win?
So this was April, I think, of last year when you lost that bid. What specifically did they say? Why did you lose? What?
Time to market, the ability to iterate in the RFP process.
What does that mean?
Meaning, so in the old days, a company would put out an RFP, and you just...
I'm sorry, what's an RFP?
Oh, sorry, a request for proposal.
Okay.
And you would just answer it.
Oh, and say, here's what we can
provide. Here's what we can do.
Okay.
But the way these big hyperscale deals are is they have 4 rounds. So they solicit from folks, hey, what can you do for us? Then they incorporate that feedback into the next one. And then you have to respond again. And then you incorporate that feedback into the next one. And then you come up with ideas that help the customer real time.
And how long was it taking HP to come up with those?
Well, it was taking us too long, and we were just answering very literally the request for proposal as opposed to adding our innovation ideas along the way.
Just saying, here's things you may not have
you have asked for this,
right.
But if you consider these 3 things, it will reduce your cost or increase how effectively your app runs on these servers.
And Dell was doing some of those things?
Dell was doing that.
So you went up for another bid.
Yes.
In January, I think, of this year. And this was, again, the same situation. Bing's looking for servers. You and Dell are up for it. What happened?
Well, we won. And because we got our team together. And what I have come to learn about HP people is when you get the right people in the room focused on an objective, no one does any better. And we have the best engineers in the industry. Part of the DNA of this company is engineering, product-driven. I mean, this goes all the way back to the founders. So we just reassembled the team, set them off in a direction, which was, listen, we got to do things quite differently. And the results worked out for us.
So it wasn't just about offering the lowest bid.
No. I mean, you do have to be incredibly price competitive, but it's about time to market. It's about how you respond. It's the innovation ideas that you bring. It's the service that you're going to provide. So it's a whole package of things. And listen, it's a very competitive world. We'll win some, we'll lose some. But what I think HP felt good about is we, sort of learned a new skill about how to go after this in a much more aggressive way.